Hello and welcome back. In this session, we're going to talk about holidays, what they are, what they affect, and how to configure them. So, what are holidays in Salesforce? Well, holidays are used to set any dates that your support team is unavailable to support customers. I like to think of them almost as an extension to business hours, as they help make sure that your service team processes such as escalation rules, milestones, entitlement processes are more accurate. So let's head into Salesforce and take a closer look. So here we are in Salesforce, and to get to holidays, what we need to do is head into Setup. We'll open that up here, and then in the quick find search bar on the left hand side, we're just going to type in holiday. And then if we click holidays and we'll open them up, you'll be able to see that we don't have any holidays set as of yet. So let's create New Year's Day as a holiday. To do that, we just hit new. We then need to give the holiday a name, which we'll just put in as New Year's Day. We can set the date, which obviously we're going to set as New Year's Day. So we'll go to 2023, January the 1st. And we're going to leave it as an all-day event. And what you can see as well is that we can create this as a reoccurring holiday. So to do this, we just hit that check mark. And from here, we can then set the frequency, the start date, and the end date as well. So we're going to set that it happens every single year. And it happens on January the 1st of every single year. Now, as you can see, you've got a few other settings. So you could set it as daily, weekly, monthly. You could set it on like a relative date, such as the first day of May or the second day or, the first Monday, Tuesday, etc. So you've got those options as well. And we're going to set the recurrent start as, this year coming. So the 1st of January 2023. And we're going to put that there's no end date. And we'll just hit save. So now that we've created the holiday day, we actually have to associate it with business hours. So we can just go to add and remove here. And you can see these are our business hours that we created earlier on. So it applies to London, it applies to San Francisco, and it applies to Sydney as well. And if we just hit save, you'll be able to see that we have all those holidays set up. And again, just to show that, if we was to click into the London business hours, you'll see underneath we have holiday days as well. And again, we can head back to New Year's Day there and we can see where it is there. So let's go and take a look at a business use case, just so we can add a little more context and more understanding to holiday days. DaveJMassey.com is an international coaching and consulting company. The customer support team breaks for Christmas at 12 noon on Christmas Eve, then they have Christmas Day off and are back working on Boxing Day. And they want this to be reflected in the milestones and escalations within Salesforce. Don't worry too much about milestones and escalations at this point, because we are going to cover them later on in the course. Just make sure that you're aware that holidays, just like business hours, affect milestones and escalations. We're here in Salesforce. We're going to head to Setup. And then in the quick find search bar, we're just going to type in holiday. Now, looking at our business use case, we know we're going to actually have to create 2 holidays. So we're going to create the first one, which is for Christmas Eve. So we've just hit new. For the name, we're just going to call it Christmas Eve. We're going to leave the description as it is. So we're going to leave that blank. And then for the date, we're going to set this to December, and it's the 24th of December. And for time, we're going to change this from an all-day event running from 12 noon all the way up to 23:59. And we're going to set this as a recurring holiday again, and it's going to happen every single year on December the 24th with no end date, and we're going to hit save. The next thing we need to do is associate this to the business hours. So we'll click add remove. We're going to select all of these. So I'm just clicking on London, holding the shift key, and then clicking on Sydney. Then I'm just going to add them across, and we're going to hit save. So as you can see, we've created our Christmas Eve holiday day. And then we'll just head back to holidays. So now we'll create Christmas Day. So we just hit new. For the name, we're going to type in Christmas Day. Description, we're just going to leave as blank. And this time we're going to set it for the 25th of December. And we're going to leave this as an all-day event because we're shut the entire day on Christmas Day. And we'll hit save. Again, we need to assign them to the business hours. So we're just going to select London through to Sydney, add them across, and hit save. And then you can see that the Christmas Day holiday day has been associated to all these business hours. So if we head to London again, you'll see that we have Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Day. Now, what I've noticed here by looking at them is I've not set it as recurring. So you can see we don't have that symbol there, which indicates that it's recurring. So we just need to edit it. So we go into Christmas Day. So we just need to edit it. We need to check the recurring holiday. We need to change that to December the 25th. And we're going to say that it starts on the 25th of December 2022 and it has no end date. So it's going to run every single year. We'll hit save again. So we can see we've actually got that as recurring holiday now. And let's just go back to London to double check it. So you can see that's now set as a recurring holiday. So, it's easy to make mistakes and forget to check things like that. So always double check any kind of configuration that you do. So let's summarize holidays. So holidays are essentially an extension of business hours, and you can set the dates and times that your customer support is unavailable. So days such as New Year's Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, etc. They're assigned to business hours to affect the entitlements and escalation rules, and they can be time-based rather than an all-day event. So we had Christmas Eve, which was, starting at 12 noon all the way through to midnight, and then we had Christmas Day, which was an all-day event. Now, again, we are going to cover like escalations, milestones, entitlement processes in the service and support section. So don't worry too much about that. Just know that holidays affect your customer support processes.